Yes, it is very exciting, very honorable candidature and kind of job for me. Fondly say this company is a Japanese MNC with an Indian heart. As to say, I'm fortunate that they understood Indian market, Indian business, Indian people, Indian talent. Finally, in the journey of 10 years of stint with Otsuka. Bhagavad Gita is an 18 chapters book, 700 slokas. I don't think we should create an image in front of our kids and young generation that Gita is a very big
intense.
Of course, there is a huge research that has happened over a period of time. From ages, the research has happened, and that literature is heavy.
What is the most surprising thing that you have learned in your whole career, being in the corporate space? Surprising.
Surprising was like learn, unlearn, relearn is not a theory. It actually works. The simplest of things is that he also told in one of his speeches is that why you think work is a burden? The problem starts from there. From Japanese people I really learned. People look at them as they are workaholic people, but actually speaking they enjoy the work.
Hi Parag sir, welcome to the Next Wave podcast.
Thank you, Suraj.
So if you could share some aspect of the sloks and why do you feel Bhagavad Gita is relatable to the youth, because it's so intense, it's so broad, it's so big, right? So what are your perspectives on that?
That's right. Basically, why I say Bhagavad Gita. It has been, a kind of a self-created notion, kind of, that Gita is very difficult and it's very big literature, and it's not like this. Bhagavad Gita is an 18 chapters book, 700 slokas. I don't think we should create an image in front of our kids and young generation that Gita is a very big literature.
Intense.
Of course, there is a huge research that has happened over a period of time. From ages, the research has happened, and that literature is heavy. But it is up to your curiosity. When you just go through the Bhagavad Gita, it is up to your curiosity that can take you inside some deeper meanings of sloka. So that's why I say that initially when you start reading the Bhagavad Gita, maybe you may not understand 70%. Maybe you understand in your own way, which is not a kind of the refined way. But there are so many research done on Gita that you can always see. For example, I was exposed to this situation whereby we used to chant every one adhyaya, it's called chapter, every Thursday.
Okay.
And so most of, I think I remember probably 15 to 17 chapters were contasth at that time. But over a period of time, maybe today I can chant only 2 adhyaya, 12 and 15 without referring to the book. Then I learned from Pandurang Shastri's Swadhyaya Parivar teachings. I will tell you briefly how brilliantly explained Gita is. That it starts with dharma. The first shloka is like dharma kshetre kurukshetre samavetta yutsama. And the last shloka ends with mama. Yatra yogeshwara krishna tatra partha tasya vijayo uti dhruva niti matir mama. Dharma mama. My dharma. The entire Gita, this is brilliantly explained by Shastra. You see, if you are just a reader of Gita, will you come across this kind of explanation? No. So there has been, that's why I'm saying, there is a research done profoundly by so many scholars, which you can benefit out. What is my dharma as an Indian citizen? What is my dharma as a Otsuka employee? What is my dharma as a husband? My dharma as a son? Like this. This is dharma. We associate it with like Hinduism and Muslim, Islam is not dharma actually. This is a kind of a belief system, a kind of a way of prayer that is being termed as a religion. So this kind of myth will break when you read Bhagavad Gita. That's why we call it Sanatan Dharma, part of it. Sanatan Dharma is not any thing below. It's like something which is eternal. So there is a good sloka, as you say, for the youth to understand. In the huge galaxy, we are on a small planet, namely Earth, having gravitational force and some, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, water, the Pancha Tattva we call is around us. Our body is also made by Pancha Tattva. There is a nice shloka which I remember today from Vedic scripture is like Purna Madah Purna Midam Purnat Purna Mudachyate Purnasya Purna Madaya Purna Meva Vashishyate. It's meaning of infinity.
Okay.
That this is a kind of a Purna from where if you take out Purna, also Purna remains. If you add a Purna, also Purna remains. It's not plus and minus. It's an infinite place where actually we are existing. And we should try to think these kind of things in a broader perspective. We come to know that what is our dharma today as a Manushya, what is our dharma? Why we have taken the birth? It is a matter of 0 and 1. Life, death. Life and death. Because this is the only Sanatan Satya today. And in this game, where we are put in by the Almighty, what is the best way to do our job? And there you reach out to the Karma Yoga called Anasakti Yoga. That as Gita is very simple, everybody says, Karmanye Vadhikaraste Ma Phalesh Padacha. Ma Karma Phalehetu Ma Tiranga Vikarma. Means do a karma without expecting results. It's easy? It's not easy. But this kind of things are nicely woven in the literature of Gita. That it gives us kind of a wisdom that how to detach ourselves from results. Whether success comes or whether failure comes. Then the world becomes very, very, borderless kind of. Burdenless the way we can perform.
Right. So what is the new trends Otsuka is looking at? And among these trends of growth, how is Otsuka planning to evolve into a bigger, and add value to patients?
I would say that the new trend is digital transformation everywhere. Using AI is now creeping in. But for pharmaceutical segment, one of the issue is the regulatory cliffs. Regulatory issues are dominant. The industry 4.0, if you try to benchmark, probably it's not easy in pharma so far. Because if you try to change something, it requires so many approvals.
Yes.
And trials and many things are there. It is a highly regulated space. So it has not been able to benchmark the industry 4.0 as of now. But the new trend is that now pharma players also do not want to stay behind. And they want to break through this situation. This is a new trend.
Okay.
And I think a lot of OEM, original equipment manufacturers, are helping us doing so. This is one. And in terms of pharmaceutical segment in India, I would say the business remodeling is a new trend. Earlier, it was very simple. Either manufacture or sale or something like that. Research, everything was happening in a kind of an orthodox manner. Now it's not so. The supply chain synergy is now becoming global. We have so many vendors from several parts of the world. And we are exporting to several parts of the world. So what kind of value addition we are doing? What exactly we can do the best in our place that we should retain with us. The rest of the things are to be outsourced. And earlier, the research and development was a kind of, I would say, responsibility or rather a passion of big pharma companies. But now the trend is changing. They are trying to just take up the research company, acquire that research, and rather than indulging in research. Because doing research and running a business are very, very different things. And this requires a totally different mindset. With that, kind of a business remodeling is now being taken into consideration, which is the latest trend, I would say, in pharma. And everyone is trying to catch up with this trend. And the last thing I would like to say, our philosophy in pharma is to cure people. Sarve santu niramaya, we call it. And the shloka in Sanskrit is Sarve bhavantu sukhina, Sarve santu niramaya, Sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit dukkha bhagavate. everybody, let everybody be happy. And things are well. So this is the philosophy with which Otsuka is flourishing. We all are flourishing. Bharat, India is flourishing, and globally we want to say this to everyone. Please join us in this journey of making great world around us. Thank you so much.